You haven't done recap in a while.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it music playing?
Yeah.
It's quite soft.
I can't hear anything. Gone.
Yeah.
I can't hear.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it wasn't on loop, that's why it stopped playing after like one time.
Oh, okay. Where we left off last week? Exactly at where? We just went to buy stuff, right?
Yeah, that was mostly.
That was mostly what happened. Is there anything else that happened?
We bought stuff. The bookstore didn't entertain us. The enchanter has my bow.
And we
And-
ordered.
Do you remember what you have to pick up the next day, by the way?
Yeah,
Yes.
What do you have to pick up?
the
I
bowl,
need
cure wound scroll, and one other. I can't remember the other scroll.
Our
Identify.
clothes-
Identify. Yeah,
No, our clothes is 1 week, is it?
yeah, 1
Yes.
week.
5 days.
1 week.
Anything else? It's just that, right? It's just and Nia's bow is also Nia's bow also, right?
Yes, we ran into something right afterwards. I can't remember what it was, and I remember we refrained from it because I didn't have my bow.
What did you run into?
Wait, we
didn't run into anything dangerous. But
Where
Yeah,
did I can't remember where we left off after we finished shopping.
we did find out that
Oh.
our gifts were, you know.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we're
yes, okay,
scrying,
so
and then Herder and Alidar went to do the funeral thing, but I didn't go. That was where we ended, right?
No, then after that you read the book.
Read the book. Vilya didn't cause she's pouting.
That's right. Cause Vilya, Vilya tried to steal.
These tits, boy. Sorry.
Okay, that's yeah. I mean,
Alright.
okay. Right. Let me get the image out of my head. Okay.
Wait, are you thinking about character like Vilya and Alidar, or are you?
Yeah, in character. But never mind. Let me try to get the fucking
Hold on.
weird ass image out of my head. Okay.
Cam, we're listening to this fan art, please. Fan art.
Don't
gonna run-
Ask
I'm gonna run to
Mel.
the
Oh my
fridge.
god, ask Mel for fan art.
don't do it.
Mel will do fan art for you.
Don't do
So,
it.
fan art.
Alright, okay. After reading the tomb, all of you, except Vilya who is in the other room, feel drained again. Physically, emotionally drained. It feels like almost like you haven't had anything to eat the entire day. And like you haven't slept in a week.
Oof.
Your bones ache. Your heart, you feel like your heart's beating faster. Your muscles start to, become tense and sore. And you feel like your whole body is like sweating. Feel your pupils are dilating. Doesn't
Wow.
feel very good.
Bad times.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Bad times. Alright. You have a couple of things to do tomorrow. One of them is obviously the trial. Which Burgomaster Kreskov has informed you will commence 9 AM sharp
Wow, so
in the
early.
at the town hall. There's this small town hall area.
Okay.
Yep. Is there
What time
anything
is
you
it?
like?
What time is
It
it? right
is quite late, about 11.
now? All the stores closed.
Definitely closed.
I'm slipping.
Probably a
sleeping.
bad time to break in and steal the wind chimes.
Well,
I'm sleeping.
alright. Okay. So
Just gonna
after
recover all my stuff, right?
after reading the tomb, I guess I would Alida would ask Herder and Nia about like what their plans are for Lady Kreskov. And I guess we've done this like semi out of character, so
You
Yeah.
have?
I think.
Oh no lah, it was just a post-session discussion last week.
Alright.
Yeah. But if
For
there's
my-
anything you guys want to add on more, that'd be great.
Objectively, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, as long as it doesn't hurt our stay in Kresk, right? I'm fine with it. Like I don't really care if like anything happens to Lady Kreskov or the or her husband. As long as it doesn't affect our stay in Kresk. Much like what we did in Velaki, where it affected our stay in Velaki. I really don't want that to be repeated. You see,
Okay.
that's where I stand.
I'm thinking more of we didn't really
Yeah,
we,
I'm
we-
pretty aligned with Nier in that regard.
Okay. I'm thinking more like we don't really know what Lady Kreskov does in Crest, right? So if there's an absence, will there be like people to fill the gap, or and then there's Tom and Jerry that have to take care of, and can the
Yeah,
Bureau
I'm
Master
more
handle
concerned
that?
about Tom and Jerry. Yeah.
So I agree that the punishment should be like severe for this, but I also don't want it to result in like hopefully not death. But we have to see how it goes on. But how will we tackle this? Like when tomorrow comes in the trial and they present their case, who's going to be the one like out of the four of us to make the? Oh my god! Yeah, right.
It's
I
going
like
to
how
be
you know she's pointing at you.
I don't
it's
know.
going to be the guy that has that brings
It has the highest charisma.
highest charisma, brings the spells, you know.
I don't have very high charisma, but okay. I mean, I guess it's
All my charismas are like -1.
it's
so.
only right that I do it.
yeah.
I guess. All right, that's cool. Yeah, no pressure. It's fine. That's cool.
I think you and Nier, right? Alida and Nier have the highest charisma.
Sure.
Man, our party is uncharismatic as
I
fuck.
know.
No, Nia has quite high, what?
Yeah, so it's like only Nier and Alida. Mine, I dumped everything into this.
Nalida is not really high.
No, I am not.
Oh,
my
really?
my stats
Oh,
are shit, man. I
But
didn't know
you-
what I was doing with this character.
but your personality shines through, Alida. We need
Yeah,
you.
I'm also a scary dragonborn, and people.
You are
don't-
forever inspired this campaign. The inspiration just never goes away. It's just,
Fuck.
He used it already. He's not inspired anymore.
well, I
I'm
mean,
not.
get it back.
Alright.
Alright.
Um.
If anybody wants to do anything now, be a time to let me know, either in private or just in general. Otherwise, it will be long rest for everybody.
I would like tap near and say, do you want to wake up earlier, like 7 a.m. and talk to the Burgomaster for some?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
At the same time, I need to wake up early and see if the apothecary is open so I can pick up my disinfecting.
They open at
ailments.
noon.
Oh no! Okay, after the trial then.
Wake me up near.
Gotta make sure we don't like mess up this trial.
Wake me up near. Okay. Good night.
I set an alarm on the door to wake me up.
Holy shit.
You set a what?
An alarm.
Leader
the
is your
door.
alarm clock.
Excuse
This was
me?
my alarm clock.
How do you plan on setting an alarm?
Let's see.
Have you taught leader how to tell time?
No.
Leader, when the sun rises up, claw my face off.
Okay, you can train leader to tell time.
Okay, I'm just gonna hang the stopwatch that I got from Strahd.
Your
The
Lord and
man.
Savior.
Yes,
The man.
the dude.
Your Lord and
I-
Savior.
I sort of like
Jesus
hanging it in the open, and I just tell later, I was like, alright, when it's over here, like I point to like the 7 or so,
Christ.
wake me the fuck up.
Okay, make me an animal handling check.
Fuck.
Okay.
I'm gonna wake up at like 2 a.m. I can tell already.
Alright. You go to bed. 5 minutes into your sleep, you see Lido chewing on your stopwatch.
You little shit.
You little shit. This-
I'm assuming you take it away from.
Yes, I just keep it. I'm like, alright, dude. It's not edible, man. That's not edible.
He looks at you very confused.
I give him some jerky. The one that I bought.
Okay, you can remove it from your inventory.
Alright, very good.
Right. Cool. So morning breaks. Vilya and Herder are sleeping through. Still later on, right? Are you waking up early to speak to the Burgomaster? The two of you.
Us?
Do I
Yeah.
hear them waking up? Because we didn't have this discussion. I mean,
No.
I didn't have this discussion,
No.
so.
You do not.
But I don't hear them waking up.
No, you don't.
Oh, then I sleep.
Alright.
Herder does. Herder's passive perception is high AF.
Fucking herder.
I am dumb as a rock.
Are you waking up, Herder? Or no? Are you just gonna sleep?
No, I'm gonna sleep.
Alright. The two of you wake up, you see the Burgomaster is kind of getting ready. You notice that Lee Kreskov is not around anymore.
Okay.
Morning, sir. Morning, sir.
Good morning. Big day.
We wanted to ask you preemptively about the trials.
Yes. What would
So-
you like to know?
I mean, as someone who's had a big part to play in Crest, what usually is the outcome of these trials?
Well, it depends on the severity of the crime. In most cases, when we're talking about manslaughter or murder, usually the verdict pass would be exile or death.
Is it possible that any exceptions can be made?
Only if the jury is able to uncover evidence during the trial that proves the victim, or I mean the accuser's innocence. Usually this does not happen though.
Okay.
Who's gonna make the decision at the end of it?
Well, the four of you are. Collectively.
Okay, that's a huge weight on our shoulders.
Yes.
Are you not
And-
afraid that we'll be biased?
Well, I feel like you are the foremost unbiased people in town right now when it comes to matters of Kresk.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Especially for someone who's as close to my heart as my wife, I feel like I should not be involved.
Very true, very true.
I would like to ask, what does Lady Kreskov, what's her role in Kresk?
She tends to matters which I often find myself unable to do. Things like, well, organizing certain festivals for the town, celebrations, as well as taking care of Ilya. She's a homebody for the most part, but she does help out around town.
Is she well liked by the town?
Well, she was well liked.
Of course. Regarding, you mentioned the Vilatov family. Do they know of your wife? Are they familiar with her?
Yes, well, the Vilatovs are one of the oldest families in Barovia, and I have been good friends with Lady Vilatov for a very long time. She's aware of my wife, yes.
Okay. I don't think I can ask much more without me becoming biased, so I think I'll start to get ready. Yeah.
Alright. The rest of you,
Yeah.
wake up. It's about 7:45, 8. There is enough time for you guys to do stuff around town if you like before you head over for the trial. If any of you want to do anything.
Isn't everything closed?
Yep. But I mean, if you
Uh,
wanted to do anything like else in particular, there's time.
I would probably go to Herder's room and ask if he wants to just walk around town and hear what people are saying for the trial. I'll ask
I
him to tag along.
wanna go to the shrine fountain thingamajig.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
I trained Lido to jump over a few fences.
Sure. You can make me an animal handling check.
It impales himself on the fence.
Oh no, that would be bad.
As much as you try to train Lido to jump over the fences, and every time you tell him to jump, he just sits down. Doesn't seem to quite grasp the idea of jump yet.
You
Alright.
thought it
Alright. I'll do Vilya first. What would you like to do at the shrine?
Are there people at the shrine already?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess I just kneel down like in front of the fountain, and I'm not praying, but I'm just like talking to my dad, like
Sure.
in my head, just
Sure.
I guess thinking about him, and then I kind of splash the water on my face, and I drink a big cup of the water too, just like
Okay.
and splash on my face, and then I guess talk to like the people around the shrine and be like, how are you doing this morning? Like,
You recognize one of them as the bookstore owner
great.
and his two sons, who you've met yesterday briefly. They are praying. You notice that one of them is holding what appears to be like a sketch of a young boy.
Well, I don't want to interrupt them while they're praying, but when I feel it's appropriate, like they're like gun-ish,
Yep.
rude.
Sure. You wait it out and you find an opportunity when they're about to leave, and you kind of step over and you speak to them. What would you like to say?
Hi, my party and I stopped by your store yesterday, but I understand that a tragedy has happened within your family, and again, can only offer my condolences. How are you coping today?
It is trying times. We are hoping for a positive result at the trial.
Sure.
What's the rest of you do?
That does make sense. Just wanted to apologies if this is a bit forward or inappropriate this time, but my party and I, we actually rescued two kids along our travels. They were the very they went through a very trying time, and we understand how this town works is that everyone essentially earns their keep to stay here. So I was just wondering if they would be able to work for you, earn their keep, so to speak, like in the bookstore. Like if there's any help that can be rendered, I just thought it would be good to. And bookstore would be great. They can increase their knowledge of the world and yada yada by reading. So I just thought if you had space.
What skills are your children proficient in?
I'm not sure myself. I mean, we picked them up, but I wouldn't say we're very close per se. But I can find out anything in particular you want me to maybe ascertain or test for, or I could bring them by the store later
Well,
if that's okay.
if they are familiar with bookbinding or perhaps calligraphy or written scripts, that would be useful skills to have in our profession. But sure, do bring them by. I would not mind taking on maybe 1 or 2 apprentices.
Sure, I will do that after the trial.
Big pox,
Thank
big
you.
pox.
Sure. Thank you. And he walks away with his sons. Okay. Move over to Alida and Herder. You're listening out for people. Are you actively going out to talk to people, or are you just eavesdropping?
Um, I would be just walking slowly and just keeping an ear out, not
Okay,
really
both
approaching.
of you make me perception checks.
Is that why you wanted me to come along? I'm just your radar.
Don't make it sound so mean. You have good. Oh, okay. Yeah. You can go back to sleep. It's okay.
What? Ooh?
Rude.
Both of you gather basically the general sentiment. You walk around more crowded places of town. By crowded, more like 3 to 4 people. The shrine, people who are already gathering around the town hall earlier. The general sentiment appears to be that they want Lady Kreskov to be put to death. And they will not take anything else other than that sentence as an answer.
Well, that works out.
Oh no. Okay. Damn it, Herder. I feel really nervous about this.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Thank-
just really accept like whatever the people there want, because it's their town, their people died. So, like, if they want her dead, like, I don't really have any problems with that.
It's.
I know it doesn't sit well with you, but I think this being their town, this being their rules, we should acknowledge and respect that.
I feel like they are letting their emotions judge their, cloud their judgment. Don't you? I mean, she has probably done so much for this town, and although what she's done is horrible, I don't think. I think the town will regret it when after a while, after time passes.
Alright. Okay. Eventually, time passes and it's 9. All of you gather at the town hall. There seems to be the whole town seems to have assembled.
Oof.
Like how many?
The whole town?
The whole town. You count
3 people.
around 50-ish people.
Shit.
Shit.
Most of them are unable to enter the town hall because the town hall only has enough space to seat a certain number of people. So all of them are kind of like gathered outside, and they're kind of looking through the windows and all that.
Oh
The town hall is
God.
like a small house, and inside there are kind of like imagine like 2 rows of benches, and then at the front there's a table laid out with a cloth which seats 4 people.
Okay.
And you would presume that the 4 of you will be sitting there.
Could I get?
There is a picture of what appears to be wine, and there's a book laid out on the table. a thick leather-bound book laid out on the table.
Could I get a grasp of how big this whole town, this whole building is?
A graph.
Like no, a grasp, like just looking at it, would I know it's like what 20 foot wide? Stuff like
It seems to be like 25 feet wide, maybe.
okay.
Hmm.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
I'm assuming we're all at the town hall, so I go up. I just want to look at the book.
The book says the criminals and persecuted of the town of Kresk.
Say again, sorry.
The criminals and the persecuted of the town of Kresk.
The book of baddies.
It's a thick book, is it?
It's a thick book, but you open the book and only maybe like half a page is filled.
Ooh, that's
The
great.
rest of the page
maybe
is
that-
the rest of the page is the rest of the book is empty.
That explains
Can I see the names on how many names are there in the book?
There are 9 names so far. The names are there, they're random names lah. But you see like beside each of them is like a crime such as like murder, rape,
Wow.
so or like robbery, arson, stuff like that. Very very serious offences lah basically.
And what is the verdict on all of them?
The sentence for all was death.
Yikes.
Yikes.
But they were all serious offences.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was like kind of like you saw like one that was like 15 counts of robbery and kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. As people start to file in, you see at the front of the room, you see one family is the bookstore owner, his 2 sons. Right in front. Beside them, you see the blacksmith, who you know lost his baby daughter and his wife. And then beside them, another family you don't quite recognize.
Okay.
You see Burgomaster Kreskov walks in, and you see behind him there are 2 guards who have they're kind of like escorting Lady Kreskov, and Lady Kreskov is in chains. Then Lady Kreskov is seated basically at the opposite bench, also in the front, but at the opposite bench, alone. Burgomaster Kreskov walks to front and says, he kind of whispers to you, Alida, and says, the 4 of you, please be seated in the front.
Quick question, Burgomaster. Who's the other family in front besides the bookstore owner and the blacksmith that we are aware of?
They are the woodcutters. You
And
didn't.
Who did they lose?
They lost their twins.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Double kill.
Our we don't look so good right now. I say
Ah.
just let her die. I say just let her die.
I look at the Burgomaster and be like, I hope you know that we mean no ill intention, and whatever happens is up to fate.
He nods silently. He just walks to the front. He kind of just makes a gesturing motion.
And as we're walking up, I'm telling everyone, like, just FYI, I spoke with the bookstore owner at the shrine, and he's open to potentially take in Tom and Jerry as apprentices at the bookstore, if provided they have the skill set, but that's a whole other conversation. So, just letting you all know that, just letting you know that piece of information.
Well, let's see how this trial plays out first. Whether we are gonna get chased out or not.
and that we have 2 kids to think about. Interesting.
Okay. Burgomaster Kreskov basically ushers the 4 of you to be seated. He explains the process of the trial. I'm not going to do it in RP because it will take fucking long. I'll just
Right.
explain to you the process of the trial. The basically from the 3 families, 1 person will speak on behalf of the 3 families.
Most like
And then yes, the victims, and Lady Kreskov will have a chance to speak. And then after that, you may call for anybody else who you think might be pertinent to the case in the town, if you wish. And if you don't want to call for anybody, they will adjourn for 15 minutes while you make your decision. If you decide for exile, Lady Kreskov will be exiled in the night when the sun sets. If you decide death, one of you must swing the sword.
Ooh.
Uh,
Thanks, Alidar.
No problem, no problem. No problem, Alidar.
Oh, we got near.
just fireball her.
Sorry, when you say exile, like, what does that mean? So she just walks out the town by herself? Like, how does
She walks
one
out
get exiled?
she walks out with no food, no water, no weapons, only the clothes on her back.
holy shit, that's more or less a death sentence by itself. Dear God.
That's right.
Yeah. Alita's literally doing what I'm doing, except like 300% more nervous. Like, you can hear the chainmail clinging because it's shaking his leg like 6,000 beats per minute.
I just stop it. Like, we need to look.
I sharpen
Calm.
my short sword.
Oh my God.
You're sharpening your sword in front of the whole town.
Okay, maybe not a good idea.
I'm
Okay.
when we are seated, I think I'll take one of the end of the table beside Vilya, if she's sitting at like the middle.
Sure. The trial begins. The Burgomaster Kreskov says, "May I invite the representative from the victims to speak first?" And then you see the black. What? Are you saying something?
Yeah, I'll address, like, after he says that, I stand up and I say, before we begin the trial, I want to inform everyone who is participating that you will only be speaking the truth, and I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean you will only be able to speak the truth. If you are not comfortable with this, you can address this now. If not, you will be compelled to tell the truth.
Everybody is like kind of just like looking at you very like giving you like a weird glance. Then it's like,
I'm going to cast Zone of Truth, and I try to hit as most importantly all the
The
people who are the front people who are speaking, and as much as the crowd as possible,
okay.
including us, I
sure.
guess, including us.
If anybody is going to resist, say now, please. Actually, nobody will fucking resist lah. As in, nobody from your side is going to resist, right? Nobody from their side resists. I'm not gonna bother rolling wisdom saving throws. They're not gonna resist.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can try out the effects if you like, and Virgo Master, but know that every word spoken now will be the truth.
I trust your judgment. And he's kind of stepped away and then says, "I will take my leave now." Then he walks out of the town hall.
And I'll finish by saying, on behalf of my companions, I swear by the Morning Lord and Lord Bahamut that this trial will be conducted fairly and the outcome just. Then I sit down.
You see some people like kind of like start like they're kind of like nodding.
600 RPM leg shaking.
Okay.
Vilya like puts her hand on Alida's knee and like clamps it down, just like start.
See the blacksmith stands. It says, "My lords, my lady," and he kind of nods to Vilya. My name is Timdul. I am a humble man. I run a blacksmithing and leatherworking business in town. I have no treasure to speak of. I was not born into royalty. My wife passed away. I had to remarry when I was the mere age of 25. When my daughter was born, it was the greatest gift the Morning Lord had blessed my family with. And my wife, when delivering the baby, she was, well, cursed with an illness that even the abbot couldn't cure. She's unable to conceive anymore. We were happy family. My daughter was merely 2 years of age. And you will understand why we are calling for the sentence of death. When I would awake in the morning only to find out that my daughter had been dismembered by a monster, hidden away from us by her. And he points at Lady Kreskov. Do you not think that if this was brought to light sooner, perhaps we could have put up measures to prevent this from happening, to keep Ilya safe, but yet ensure the safety of our own children? Hold on.
Uncle. Girl. Wow, look at his traps, boy.
Oh, come on.
I'm just amazed. That's all. What did he say? It was brought earlier. Could have prevented.
Ah.
Basically blaming it on Lady Kreskov.
I mean, he makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like if it was brought up earlier, maybe like they could have.
prevented it, but it's their own son, right?
No. As in like if Lady Kreskov had made this known to the town, then like they would have devised a way to I guess keep Ilya like so-called safe. As in like not be able to like come out and just really eat anyone, and but also like put up their own measures so that in the event that something were to happen, they are prepared for it. Right now he's saying like we were blindsided. Like he's also trying to say, I guess, that if they had known, then it wouldn't. If so-called death were to have occurred, it would not have been as bad because they would have done everything in their power to prevent something like that from happening.
What a fatty.
Fatty,
I want
fatty.
mochi. I want to see mochi.
Okay, sorry, where was I? Fuck, man! I lost my train of thought!
Mochi.
It's Oreo!
How about I want mochi?
No, Mochi is not with me today. Okay. He was saying I asked only for fair judgment. The bookstore owner's son was killed. His 2 other sons hiding in the cellar while hearing their own brother bones snap above them. hearing his flesh torn off his body and watching his own blood seep through the cracks of the floorboards. They had to sit through minutes of torture, hearing their own flesh and blood be torn from them. The woodcutter's twins were hunted down mercilessly in the woods, chased for an hour by that fiend. They stood no chance. I hope that you will see that there is no sense in keeping a heretic like her in our town when she compromises our safety, disregarding the town's needs so selfishly for her own. Where could anybody be this selfish? I do not understand. She has gone.
Sorry.
Do you just want to say something here?
Yeah, I was wondering if like we are allowed to say things.
Yeah, you are allowed to just stop them halfway if you would like.
Oh, okay. I'm okay for now.
We will not sleep peacefully until we know that justice has been delivered. And I'm afraid the town of Crest will not be content until we see her life be put to an end.
Hey, hold on a second. Is the abbot here?
No.
Oh, I thought you said the whole town.
Yeah, but it's not part of the town.
Oh.
Hey, he sits back down.
Can we please ask Lady Kreskov to give her point of view?
Sure, Lady Kreskov stands. You see, like, there's kind of like a hissing sound and like it's like soft booing in the background. You hear like people screaming from outside, "Fucking kill her!" Kind of shit
Alida,
like
can
that.
you please get some order
Mm,
in the trial? Slam your warhammer.
I'll stand up, then I say, I ask for the rest of you to refrain from interjecting during this trial. Your concerns will be heard when the time is right. Hopefully that's enough. I won't use any spells yet.
Okay.
Alright.
You see, kind of after a while, they start to settle down. And the silence kind of takes the hall again. Before Lady Kreskov starts to speak, she says, "I believe I have been an impartial ruler for the many years that I have served this town. I have not set one foot out of place, not made one mistake since I have ruled this town with my husband. I do not think I have been unfair to any of you." And she kind of looks at the bookmaster's family and says, "Who was it that gave you the funding necessary for you to set up a store in town when you first came here? Was it the Morning Lord? Did gold magically drop from the sky?" All of you lost children. Yesterday, I too lost a son. I have just one question today. If it was your son or your daughter in the same situation as mine, what would you have done? Isn't it a mother's responsibility to protect her son at all costs? from the dangers of the world, from the dangers of men who would hunt and harm him. You claim you would provide protection for Ilya. Would you not just lock him up and leave him to the wolves? I ask for fair judgment, regardless of exile or death. I know my time is short. I only hope that you can see where I'm coming from. Take the perspective of a mother. Would you have done the same? Thank you. And she sits down. You may now call for additional witnesses if you'd like.
Okay.
I got nothing, man.
I mean, we don't really know anyone in this town to call.
Uh,
Oh, we could call the burgomaster. Oh no, he can't. He left. Oh,
What about the sheep guy?
he can't talk. You want him to talk in front of? He can barely string a sentence. If anything, he was victimized by Lady Kreskov, so he's not going to be a.
Tom and Jerry present by any chance?
The outside.
Okay. Okay.
Why you wanna ask them stuff?
I'm thinking about it. But for now, nothing from
No,
Alida.
I don't think we should
I do wish to ask.
call them up babies.
Yes, Nia?
I do wish to ask Lady Kriskov if did she know from the start, like, that her actions would be such a detriment to like her city. Like, if so, why did she continue? Like, if she was unknowing, right, then the blame could be pinned on the abbot. The abbot could be deceiving her. Of course, there's a sort of a risk involved, but if the abbot did not inform her of the risk, right, then she would make that decision as a mother to protect, like, to revive a child. It's a very obvious decision. So we need to hear the abbot's perspective from this. What the abbot told them. Were both the Lady Kreskov when present when the abbot explained to them the ritual?
No, I think only Lady was present. I don't think the burgomaster.
You asking this?
Yes, I want to ask that.
Okay. No one was present when the abbot performed this ritual. The abbot required complete solace, or well, she wanted to be alone. He wanted to be alone when he performed worked his magic, and me and my husband were very respectful. We understood because he had done similar. Well, he had performed similar miracles before. Not resurrection, but he had cured illnesses that were unheard of.
Like what, for example?
She describes certain ailments. You make me a medicine check. You recognize some of them as extremely, like, from the symptoms she's describing. You recognize some of them as like very deadly, like flesh-eating ailments that basically consume the flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't have a particular name because they're so rare, and they only happen basically when people are very malnourished and very they don't eat a lot and they get very poor nutrition, so they don't really occur very often. But when they do happen, it's very serious and it's almost impossible to cure through medicinal nature.
Hmm.
Can I ask Lady Kreskov, what did the abbot tell you?
He told
Exactly.
me that he would try to. He told me he would try to bring back my son.
And that's it?
Yes.
He didn't mention any of the unforeseen ailments.
No.
Is there any way I can check whether she's telling the truth, but also make it known to the public?
It's so not true.
But
She's
it's
not
so not
resisting.
true. She is
Oh.
telling the truth.
I am
so
that
this
way.
so this is the truth.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Shit.
That is the only thing we can go on right now.
Okay.
So from my standpoint, I'm speaking to the rest of the village, right, to inform them. She did not know what would happen, and she did not know about what could have happened. She didn't know the consequences. She didn't know the downsides, the cons, and we don't know the abbot and who he is, what his stance is, and how he does the ritual even. Anyone who had lost their son would definitely take moments off her. I think if such a promising offer was put forth to you, you would definitely choose to go ahead with it. Not thinking about the consequences at first. I'm sure you can empathize with her. The fact that
I'm sorry if I say to interrupt, but I'm not sure I can empathize with her. This is a blacksmith speaking. He says, I believe she forgot to tell you to mention the part where the ritual was extremely expensive.
oh, what?
And only people of her nature would be able to afford.
I glare at Lady Kreskov.
You didn't ask lah, technically.
I mean, that's a pretty important part, right? The fact that it costs money.
Yeah, but you neglected to ask anyway.
That's true.
Okay.
I say, how much did it cost you?
I'm checking right now.
350.
350, yeah.
350.
Okay, now this changes things.
1,000 platinum.
This definitely changes things, but how?
25,000 gold.
5.
What?
25,000. Oh
How
my
many platinum
God.
is that?
2.5k?
2,500.
2.5k
Yeah.
platinum.
Everybody
Yeah,
breaking up, is
2.5K.
it just me?
I think it might be
Is
the
it a server?
I don't know.
Oh, seems okay.
Seems
Okay, it might just be me. Never mind. Carry on.
25,000.
A lot of money.
Hi. Let's carry on. Let's call on the next person.
If you're not calling on any people, then I'll give you 15 minutes already.
There
Oh,
no
is this
next
it?
person though.
Is
Yeah.
As
this?
in, yeah,
Oh,
they made their statements already.
oh shit.
I would-
Okay,
You're not-
okay. I
If
thought
you're
it
not
would
questioning, if you're not questioning anybody or you're not gonna call anybody, then they
Oh,
will
okay,
push for
okay.
the verdict already.
I thought there would be another person at least. Okay.
No, so I think the blacksmith is speaking on behalf of
Yeah.
Oh, roger that,
blacksmith,
roger
woodcutter, and yeah.
that.
So
I would
unless
like
you
to-
want to call upon the bookstore owner and the woodcutter to say something as well, because we have not heard from them.
I would like to ask the blacksmith, how does he know how much it costs?
No, I think Lady Chris answered that, right?
Yeah, how does he know that it costs a lot of money?
Oh, is it the
There's some-
blacksmith?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's something that Lady Kresko wouldn't mention.
This is. I have information that supply of diamonds came into Kresk. You can ask her if you would like to verify this information.
Supply of diamonds.
I'll ask Lady Kreskov where did this wealth come from? Was it from personal funds or was it the town's funds?
We emptied out our family coffers.
I mean,
We did not siphon any money from the town.
right.
Where did the diamonds come from? So I want to know.
We brought them in from, well, a few places. Valaki was one of them, and we also traded with some of the Vistani. Someone's mic is going off. I think it's near.
Your mom.
Mm. I'll address this to like the crowd. How do you feel about Lady Kreskov in general before this? Like, I would just like point to say the blacksmith and then the woodcutter and then the book owner.
She was a pleasant woman, I guess. That does not pardon her of her sins.
Would you agree that she has helped the town in every way she could?
Not every way.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just saying, if she had done her due diligence, 4 children would still be alive.
Of course.
And there were also a lot of injured people too, right?
Thanks, Herder.
Oh.
See, addressing to everybody, I'm like, I, for one, personally, am not predisposed to executing somebody. I mean, it is a burden to bear. I would like to ask if, I mean, I'm assuming that everyone knows how exile works, right? They all know
Yes.
this. Okay. If Lady Kresk gets exiled, i.e., leaves without any food, nothing essentially to survive on, it is as good as death, because
How is that as good as
it
death?
is up to the however the forests and the
Are we to be sure
weather
that she did not use her wealth and connections to perhaps secure safe passage if we are to exile?
We could have the burgomaster swear.
I do not trust their words.
We could personally escort her out.
Where
Far
do you
enough.
plan on escorting her?
Well, if I would tell you, that would encourage you to
Are
go
you
on.
escorting her somewhere safe?
No, just out to the woods.
Where she can rebuild her life?
No, just out from Kresk. To make sure she doesn't bring anything with her. To make sure the exile
And how are
is...
we supposed to ensure that
Well, you've...
she faces justice in this way? You see, the bottom line is you exile her. We do not know what is to happen of her. She could walk free. She could make it to Valaki, start anew. and none of this would have been solved.
Mm. So you rather you're adamant about her death instead of any other form of
I believe the entire town is in agreement.
Okay.
Can we adjourn court for like 5 minutes while we talk about it?
Oh, we actually have 15.
You have 15. Yes, you can adjourn court anytime you want.
Okay, guys. What if we fake her death?
Are you adjourning now?
Yes.
No, he said it
You
out
would-
loud right now. Like, what if?
You adjourn court?
Uh,
Wait. People basically start to leave
Mm-hmm.
the room, and you are kind of alone in the town hall now.
Okay, this is important. Who leaves and who stays?
Everybody leaves.
Oh, okay.
Nobody is allowed to be in the town hall while you come to a verdict.
Oh.
So it's just the four of us.
Yes.
Okay, guys. How do we fake Lady Crackskull's death?
Why do you want to fake her death?
We want to help her.
You do?
Why do you want to
Why?
help her?
I'm surprised, Nia. I thought you would be all for her
For
death.
sharpening your sword and stuff.
Okay, we want to kill her.
No, damn it, Nia. You're so hard to read. I can't.
No, yeah. Why don't you explain it to us so that we understand?
From my standpoint, right? How I think
Uh-huh.
about it is, she has power, right? She's rich. Obviously, she doesn't want to die. She made a mistake. If we help her, right, it could go off for us. She could link us up with the abbot, right? And possibly we could get some magical powers from the abbot that can help us defeat Strahd.
I feel like the abbot is not someone that I would trust personally.
Plus,
Yeah, but it's someone
she
that I would
emptied
trust.
their family coffers, so she must be pretty broke right now.
That is true.
That's true. But, I mean, she emptied out.
Yeah.
That's a
And
big
if she
word.
had any if she had any power or sway over the abbot, I don't think she would have had to pay that much money.
And if they were friends of any sort, I'll be pretty sure the abbot would be present to help defend her.
Yeah.
Well, Nia, strangely enough, I agree that I don't want her to die. But
But for
totally.
very different reasons.
Yes. Like, I almost had faith in you, but it's fine. I do want to call for banishment and an exile under the condition that she does her best to remedy the dead livestock at least. Cause as it stands, if she is to die here, or if she's to like, nothing would change the fact that the town is going to starve in winter. And I don't think the other town folks know about the Villato family. And if that's someone that she can seek help from to secure supply for the town, maybe that might be enough to win back at least win back her place in Kresk.
The issue is now, right? Everyone in the town wants to see her die.
Right,
They already, they already
yes.
lost like four of their
That-
close family members.
That's why we are.
And everyone is pretty much gonna starve this winter.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking for help to think of some way to convince.
The best thing I can think of is fake her, which honestly isn't too hard.
Nothing good comes from a web of deceit. It's just going to unravel and fuck us.
That's my
It's the
other
butt.
right there.
Why we
No,
that-
I mean, I feel that. For me personally, I don't want to kill Lady Crest simply because I don't want to be the one doing the killing.
Okay,
Essentially.
but if
Right.
that wasn't the case,
But then whatever lah. I don't care.
Oh,
Like, I
okay.
honestly don't care. As long as I mean, I feel personally that I understand why they are calling for her death, right? Like they lost it was needless deaths. It wasn't like, oh, we are at war and then we send our kids to war and then they die, right? They really did not have to, and it could very well have been prevented if she sought help in some way, shape, or form. Like even let the the burgomaster didn't even know. Like she didn't even tell any, like not one soul did she express her concern to, and it's not like she realized it and then was so scared and didn't know what to do. If anything, she enabled her son to continue doing these rampages. Like she took him out so that he could eat things. She tried to pin the blame on like the town idiot, essentially, who is like the most helpless person, if anybody, like in this town. Like he couldn't stand up for himself. He couldn't do anything. He could even string a sentence together, and she used that to her advantage to essentially cause his death, like by exiling him, right, sending him away and essentially leaving him to die, just so that her son could continue if eating things and eating people. Like what if Ilya had not, like, I guess, broken out in the day or whatever, and we saw him, then she would have just continued to do what she was doing, and very soon Crest would have been left with like nobody because he would have eaten everybody, right? So at the end of the day, I feel like I understand why they're calling for her death, because it was very selfish lah for her to do something like that. And I mean, to me, that is just. My only concern is I don't want to be the one doing the killing. So that's selfish on my part. I don't want to be the one killing, or I don't want any of you to be the one, slitting her throat or whatever, because it's not going to be something that will easily be forgotten. Like it will be weighed very heavily on my mind and your minds, and I don't want that for our party. Which is why I think exile would be a better choice, but I don't think we can sway the town otherwise. Like the burgomaster can step in and say like, oh, actually we can reach out to the volatiles or whatever and hopefully get food for the town. So that to them say, okay, fine, then that's solved. That's a solution already. We don't need her to do that. Right? Anything, we can keep the burgomaster and his connection with like the nobles, and he can help save the town. Like she doesn't need to be around for that to happen.
So the TLDR is that we kill her.
I'm.
We can get the victims' families to kill her. They could stone her.
Oh my god.
I think they will enjoy it.
No, please, no.
I
That's
mean,
actually not a bad idea.
yeah, that way everyone gets what they want.
No.
Why not? Makes sense.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
can I just borrow Alida and the other channel for a bit? It's like, real
Oh,
quick.
no, wait, hold on.
Real quick.
If we do present that as an option, since you really want her to die, why don't you be the one to, swing the sword or whatever? And if he doesn't want to do it, you're like, why not take responsibility of what you want? Do you know what I mean? It's like, isn't that fair? Isn't that fair around? Like you lost your son or your daughter or whatever, and you get to essentially kill the person who murdered your child. Fair, right? An eye for an eye.
Could we not decide?
But yes, you can go and talk to DM.
Could we not decide that
Sec.
killing her? Okay, yeah.
What's up?
Do I-
Mute
do
the
I-
recording first.
Okay, hold on. Give me a while. Mary, I thought she disappeared. Okay. Where did Ian go?
You went to the toilet and
Okay.
I'm gonna get
to
water.
water.
Actually, be right back.
Thanks, Darren. I'm gonna think about life. Actually, I'll go pee. Peeing helps.
Okay, fam.
Okay.
Oh, everybody's gone.
I'm here.
Oh, what's up?
I don't want.
Yeah, everybody's back.
I want to go back to FF14. This is too much. Oh my god. Is everyone back?
Yeah,
Yes.
Marion's lying down.
Okay.
Marion!
Fuck.
Marion.
Text her, hold on.
Oh.
Never mind, don't need to. Alright. You guys can continue discuss, you still have time.
I kind of lost my train of thought.
Vilya, I agree with all that you said. That what you've done is horrible and it's unforgivable. And I agree that really you are right that with or without her, I'm sure the Burgomaster's connection with the Villators will not be hindered. But do you guys think there's really no other way for this?
You're very adamant on not killing.
I just don't want to kill. Not just it's the equivalent of me condemning you for your mistakes. You have done so much that I could say you're good for, like you're good. And if I were to condemn you for one action, like killing that raven, condemn you to death for that, do you think that's fair?
Well, we did also stab a guy in the throat.
Yes,
We don't talk about that.
that too.
And blow up the church guy.
And that, and hammer a priest in the forehead. You see what I mean? Like, how letting your life be decided on one incident, something that understandably it's just a poor decision.
That's true. On the chance that we don't kill her, like we still need some sort of punishment to appease the villagers. So we need some sort of punishment we can dish out to Lady Kreskov.
But to be honest, I think it would be a miracle if the town accepts a banishment or exile.
Oh,
can't think of any way. I mean, my argument fell apart from what Vyuya said. Everything you've mentioned is true, and I can't think of any way to convince even myself now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess it's decided.
I think we should also probably have the town condemn the abbot too, since I mean he has a hand in this. He is the he has like up powers that can make monsters like that. So I think he's not blameless, and yeah, at least the people of the town should know to like stay away from him, or like be not trust him.
How are we gonna do this?
It's also one more thing we decide if we are agreeing on her essentially dying. Who's gonna be the one to do it?
Me.
Let me do it, yeah.
I could fire a ball.
No, what?
This is suspicious.
Terrible.
What?
So bad.
Do
What
you
do you
watch
wanna
any of
do
the
it?
videos I linked you, by the way?
What?
Do you watch any of the videos that I linked you?
No.
Oh my
Where?
fucking god! Later.
In Telegram.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would like to be the one to do it.
But why?
Lida, are you sure?
Yes.
Also, why? Yeah.
Yeah, but why? You've
Yeah,
literally never
like-
done this before.
Two other guys just like are
I-
ready to go.
I feel like if not, this wouldn't be resolved in my mind. I would still be thinking what if and how I could have saved her. I need to be sure that this is as much my decision as it is ours. I need to be the one to pass judgment.
That does
mean-
make a lot of sense.
We are all passing judgment here. Like we all
Yeah.
have equal say in this. So, it's as much your right to do it as it is someone else's. I just think that. Fuck you. Fuck you, Ian. I just think that because of how you were brought up and how much you want to be true to your faith and to what you believe in, that if you do this, it's going to affect you a lot more than it will the rest of us. So if anything, the last person I would want to perform the execution, if it comes down to that, is you.
It's precisely because of my upbringing that I need to be the one to do it. All my life I've been taught honor, and there is no honor in letting someone else do what's essentially your job.
It's all our job.
No,
Like,
I
do
mean,
you want us to like all hold like the sword
oh
together?
my
and
god,
then-
please,
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense for
no,
you to
no,
come in and
Furia.
say that it's your responsibility. It's all of our responsibility. Like right now, we all have equal footing in this.
Together.
You understand that Lord Bahamut is my patron. He goes by many names. One of them is the Justice Bringer. I've been taught that. I mean, there's a saying that the one who passes judgment should swing the sword. And it's instilled in our teachings. And now's as good a time as any for me to uphold my teachings. This is as much my upbringing as this is me trying to be good. And I understand your concern and how it might affect me, but I ask for your support more than anything. If the judgment is to be passed, let me do it.
I'm okay with that. It does seem a bit weird though.
I'm not fighting to do it because I just personally don't want to do it. But if
Religion
you're
is weird.
really sure
Yeah.
that you are not going to be affected by this, then by all means,
I
you
can't
have my support. But
I can't promise that I will be okay. I will probably be a bit fucked up, like
Yeah, this is gonna
emotionally
bite us in the
turmoil.
butt later.
I'm not going
this is
to
why I do
start.
not want you to do it.
I'm
you
not going to
understand?
start pillaging and killing people. God damn it! This is just.
Actually, that might be better for us.
Listen, this is this is like in the job description, sort of. I mean, I knew as much as I wanted to avoid it that things like this is unavoidable. In a way, this is not senseless killing. This is as much as any a court of law, and you understand that justice comes from law. And I mean, I'm not comfortable with taking a life, but if there's any place to do it, it's this place under the law.
Can I get all of you make wisdom saving throws, please?
In
Except
an-
you, yeah.
In an honorable way, lah. I guess is what you mean.
Yeah. Make your wisdom saving throws, except you, yeah, please.
Oh.
Oh my god, dude, can I see Strahd? instead of him seeing me,
No meta gaming. You don't know this is
Okay.
happening.
nothing happened.
Carry on.
Well, I'm okay with it, honestly, but it does seem a bit weird.
I know. I
Yeah,
know
in
it
what?
is.
In what way? It's in
Like,
weird that he's the one.
That,
doing
yeah,
it.
that he would want to.
I don't
do
think
that.
he wants to do it. He just feels like he.
I'm
Needs
obliged
to.
to.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't see anything.
Alright.
Fine, we'll let you have this one.
No, don't phrase it like that. What? How the? What? Alright.
So we are all in agreement that should we put to death?
This feels really weird.
Cause we got to decide. I mean, like they're waiting for our decision, and there's only two options, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in their mind, there's only one option, unless we can convince them to go for option 2, which is exile, which is I don't know how you're going to do that.
It seems unlikely.
Yeah, it's not sitting well. with them right now.
Together, everyone.
Together. Come on, let's have some fun.
Oh my
Yeah.
fucking god.
This is messed up, man.
Okay,
So if
I
you're all
completely forgot what I was about to say.
together,
No. It does seem a bit weird that, like, is this how guests are treated in Barovia? So you enter the city, right, and like just a day later you're deciding whether someone should.
I think because we were the ones who killed Ilya, so like we are the ones
Yes,
who killed the monster.
they literally said that already.
Yeah.
So-
You are the saviors of
Yeah,
the
so
town.
that's why they, just say that okay, you should be the one.
As the
Because-
saviors of the town, we decide not to do anything. Is that a good
Then we'll
idea?
be the enemies of the town.
Yeah. So I mean,
Whoa.
it is our decision, right? So if you say okay, we don't want to do anything, they cannot force us to do something, but the alternate or the consequence of that is either someone in the town will take
Oh.
matters into their own hands,
Oh, okay, wait, I got a good idea.
or
I got a good idea.
we are gonna get like, I mean, we are still waiting for shit in the town. Like we have bought
Mhm.
stuff from like 1 million people. If we are going to not make a decision that is what they want, then we are going to be miserable in this town, like every other town that we've been in, essentially.
Okay, I've got a good idea. What if we shift the focus onto the abbot instead?
But to them, it's like, okay, fine, we can talk about the abbot, but like, what are you gonna do about Lady Crest right now?
Yeah,
Like, they don't care about the abbot. Like, we can deal with the abbot. That's another issue. But how about her? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
sure,
what
we can.
we need to keep Lady. What if we use the abbot right now, right, as a ways to keep Lady Kraskov out of trouble, out of death. So we'll come from a stance that, oh, we need to figure out, like, the abbot is the one that caused all this grief, right, onto us, despair. So we need to get to the source of all this grief and despair, and question the abbot and ask him, like, what is his role? He cannot, like, continue to do this kind of things to other cities in Barovia, or continue to affect the innocent lives of people in Barovia. So what if we, like, say we need to keep Lady Kraskov alive so that we can bait out the abbot?
But then their
So that-
reasoning would be, no one in Crest could afford this resurrection thing, and the abbot hasn't really bothered them. You know, he does his own thing. He's kind of respected, it seems. It's just that
It could, but what if the abbot only charges that price because he knows that it's Lady Kraskov, and that in which, if it wasn't Lady Kraskov, he wouldn't be charging such a ridiculous price.
How to make me an
Sorry, what?
Make you a
further
what?
Arcana check. You know that True Resurrection is a very, very expensive spell. And regardless, if you want to attempt it, you do require a shit ton of money. You have heard that
Like
the
material?
money is the material components for the spell are primarily diamond.
Oh.
That means no matter what, you will require this if you want to cast a True Resurrection spell.
it seems that the abbot just wanted to help, and I can't say that the side effects Yuya had is intentional or not. But but if the abbot were like some plotting evil person, why would he? Why now? Why Yuya?
We only know that if we speak to him. We'll never know that.
If he had the capabilities to raise the dead like that, I'm sure he's more than capable of leveling this town at will.
Remember,
I
he has been
mean-
here before Crest. He was here before Crest.
I don't doubt his ability. I'm sure he's a very powerful person. Blah 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 blah. But I mean, if you want near, we can raise that as a suggestion. Like, how do y'all feel about the abbot? Like, I don't know. Like, figure out how you want to present it, and if you were to say, like, we need Lady Kreskov alive to get to the abbot, which is again something that is
But
highly
that's not true,
unlikely, because we can just essentially walk up to the abbey
Mhm.
without her. And if they go for it, then okay lah, you know, we buy her like what, one more day or couple days. But
But
I
it's
think
been,
at the end of the day, we need to.
it's been mentioned to us that the abbot is, I mean the abbey is open to all, and we just simply have to walk up there. There's no restriction, and I don't know. I appreciate that everyone's trying so hard to keep her alive all of a sudden, but
Okay, 5 minutes, guys.
I still find myself thinking back to what Vilya said, and thinking more about ourselves and our position in this town afterwards. If we displease the town, there's no guarantee that they'll even keep us around, right?
Yeah. Then you cannot get your stuff from the apothecary.
Yeah, and nearest bow is with the enchanter.
Yeah, like you have a lot of stuff up in the air that they provide that we need.
Offers also.
Yeah.
As much as I like to, I can't see any way to convince this town. it's never easy. I mean, they've lost so many of their children, and the looming threat of starvation. I think more than anything, the town needs
A
to
win.
needs something to put their minds at ease.
Maybe a lesser mouth to beat too.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Herder is actually the most savage person ever.
It's not wrong.
Fucking savage.
Like all these useless eaters.
We don't have much time left to come to a decision.
We have 4 minutes left actually.
Do we put it to a vote right now on what we want to do? Well, who would like to?
You can DM me your vote, then I can tell you. Oh my god, that's fun. Let's do that.
No.
You're right. You're right. /GR.
/GR,
Where?
like on Roll20.
In Euro, yeah.
GR.
So I'll type you. I'll tell you what to type in. Like you type / I'll put in Discord, okay?
Okay.
Either if you want like execute or exile like that. Either one. Just like that.
Spell execute.
In Roll20, please.
Type wrong and then everyone sees it.
No, there's an error.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
an
can't.
error.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. / W. Sorry. /W. Wait. Ah, okay. Sorry. /WGM.
Yeah.
Like that. Should be like that.
Test where I test. Okay. I guess.
Yeah.
/W whisper.
Yes.
/whisper view. Yeah. Hello. Oh, what? Oh.
Hello.
Okay. Votes out. First person voted out survivor. No, I'm just joking.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a resounding 4 execute.
Then this decided.
Alright, the crowd files back in slowly. They bring in Lily Kreskov. Burgomaster Kreskov comes to the front and says, "We shall hear the jury's decision."
I will found time to try to whisper to her. Is there any way you can help make it so she doesn't bleed everywhere when it happens?
Yeah, like I guess as she's bleeding, we'll just prestidigitation.
Doesn't work like that. That's clothes.
Just keep spamming it so that all the blood.
You can't clean blood off nothing. You have to clean. You only can clean clothes.
Yeah, so we'll be cleaning her clothes. That's the mess you're talking about, right?
No, she's talking about the floor.
The floor also can be cannot
Clean
be
the
cleaned.
floor, what?
Your basic you.
But
there's
like you have
there's
to do it and then after the fact.
Yeah, you do it after the fact.
Cannot be wow. Do you know what I mean?
Or fireball will just.
Incinerate.
Oh.
You see, you handle the execution and the cremation at the same time.
Normally when you have execution, there's no cremation, my friend.
Huh? Then what happens to the body?
Yeah.
It's a dishonorable death.
Oh, so what happens to the body then?
It's tossed.
You just keep it.
Oh, like out of the.
It's just tossed.
Tossed where?
Just
They
anywhere.
hang it
lor.
at
Just
like the gate.
They hang it. They
hang it
not
at the gate.
like they don't in Crest. They don't hang the bodies. In the past, they would hang the Hitler's bodies,
Mm-hmm.
but they would just toss it out of the town.
Oh.
They don't get a burial. Dishonorable death.
Well,
See what spells we have then.
Okay, well.
I mean, electric chair.
Never
No.
mind, Herder,
I-
thanks. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's just how it is, right?
The crowd's waiting, by the way.
Oh no!
We gonna kill her.
Oh shit! Right now, like, oh god.
I sharpen my sword.
I... Holy shit! My heart rate is actually fucking going crazy. Hands are like.
I just hand my short sword to Alidar.
He has a freaking war hammer.
I shoot you the.
Are you gonna smash her
most-
head?
Yeah,
shoot
you can't. I think it'd be cleaner if you use the short sword.
I just like just nudge your hand away, like just it's okay. Yeah, thanks. I'll stand up and fuck me, man. After careful consideration and discussion with my companions, we have decided on the judgment to be passed on Lady Kreskov. Then I'll look at Lady Kreskov and I say, Lady Kreskov, for your negligence to your duties, for the loss of life, for putting the town of Crest under the threat of starvation in winter, I sentence you to die.
As you say that, you hear like slight murmuring amongst the crowd, and then you see like Lady Kreskov and Burgomaster Kreskov kind of like hang their heads in silence.
What's the murmuring?
Just you can't hear. It's like whispering.
Oh.
You do see there are some people nodding, like almost in agreement. They seem satisfied with the verdict that you have passed.
But then I'll address the crowd. I ask that you give Lady Kreskov at least the day to prepare and to say her final goodbyes and leave and do whatever she needs to be done. Please treat her kindly. Then think about all the good that she's done for this town.
Nobody outwardly says anything, but you can see that there's a sense of agreement amongst the crowd. And you see like some of them start leaving as you say this. Burgomaster Kreskov walks up to you, he puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, "It is must have been a tough decision. I am not a fan of it, but I understand where you're coming from.
I'm sorry.
May your hands swing true tomorrow." And then he says, "The execution will be at dawn."
Oh, are you okay?
Kind of steps away. You see the guards like bring Lady Kreskov away, and now after like 20 minutes or so, it's just the four of you left in the town hall again. very quiet. And you are just, the four of you are just left standing there. Are you okay? You need a moment?
Oh, I'm fine. Alida just walks back to his room. Just leaves immediately.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Tom and Jerry to the bookstore.
Okay. Further near?
I really want to go to camp, but I want to see how this plays out, honestly. I just kind of like wait around it. I'm not phased at all.
It'll happen tomorrow though, not like now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like the how to say? It's
It's
more
like,
of like a stay back period. It's after school period.
I don't get it. What?
I'm just staying around the area until everyone basically.
Are there things you have to collect today?
Not particularly.
Yes, there are.
I
mean-
can go collect them.
My bow isn't that important. I can just take it next time I'm about to leave town. I would like pick up the disinfectant though from the apothecary.
Okay. You pick up disinfectant. You can take off 2 gold.
Alright,
that.
thank you. And with that, I'm gonna hit the camp.
I'm just gonna assume that you're picking up everything also. Everything else, your bow and the spell scrolls.
Oh yeah, doesn't mean I can change my bow to a +1 now.
Let me do it for you.
Okay, I was
Oh, you
gonna
want
do
to do
it.
You can do it. You can do it. You
try,
can do
try.
it, and you do it, and I'll double check.
Okay.
Herder, you have a spell scroll of cure wounds and spell scroll of identify.
Mm-hmm.
If you're copying the spell scroll, you lose it. Basically, there's no the spell scroll cannot be used anymore.
But then, like.
Then you learn the spell.
Oh, okay. How
If
much
you want
does
to
it
learn,
cost?
it costs 50 gold to copy into your spell book, and an hour for every level. So 2 hours for level 1.
Do we have money for that?
Yeah, we have 86 gold.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything.
So I'm just
else
testing.
Then.
Oh, very good first row.
Okay. Let's just test.
Yeah, very good first roll, but yeah. Your bow feels lighter as you pick
Oh.
it up. It feels like you're able to maneuver with it better. Like the string, the tension feels like it's perfectly weighted. It looks exactly the same as your previous bow, but somehow everything feels easier. Pulling the drawstring back, notching your arrow, the weight, everything. It feels almost like an extension of your arm.
Okay.
Yes. Then the enchanting lady does mention to you that she will have new products coming in a few days, and you can drop by if you like.
Right. Few days.
Yep. Okay. You have the rest of your day, to yourselves. Is there anything you would like to do? in particular. And then you can clock out. You can be back later.
Yep. For me, I'm done. So
I'm bringing the Tom and Jerry to the
Bookstore.
store.
Alright, the bookstore owner looks at them and says, "They're pretty young. You didn't tell me they would be this young."
Yeah, I just thought a bookstore would be a good place for young kids to learn as well, trade. But if you feel that they are too young, then maybe you could suggest another establishment that would require help or
Well, as you know, my son passed away. I do have an opening available, which could be filled by the two of them, but I cannot pay them wages.
I think as long as they contribute,
I will be able to pay them in time once they pick up the skill, but I cannot pay for training them.
sure, I understand. It's just more of keeping them occupied and make sure they learn and grow into hopefully a responsible adult.
Sure. That can be arranged to have them come back next week, perhaps.
Sure. Thank you.
He nods. It says, "I am
How are
sorry if you are
feeling?
better after the trial. Yeah, feel free to browse the bookstore if you like anything. I give you a discount."
Sure, I'll bear that in mind. Thank you.
No problem.
I bring kids back.
Okay,
So was that one kid or two kids?
I
Two
brought
kids.
both Tom and
both kids.
Oh, so he's gonna take in both?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Tell kids, it's like, in this world, you gotta learn how to be self-sufficient and learn how to contribute to society in some way, shape, or form. And I hope that the bookstore would provide you that.
Kind of look at you very wide-eyed, and they nod.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Okay,
kinda
Herder,
cool
what are you
for
doing,
the-
Herder?
Where is the abbot's place again?
It's 450 meters above
Mm-hmm.
Crest.
Tom, I
Oh.
think it can be quite cold up there though.
It can be. It's snowing up there, yeah.
So
It's snowing down here too, but it's not as like heavily covered in snow.
so we would probably need our stuff.
Yeah, I was
winter stuff.
thinking
Or
of
we could borrow
check it out.
maybe people's like winter stuff and check it out. What do you think?
I would like to go like snoop around his place.
You could make the trip up, but it will be it will be evening by the time you reach there already, and it will be cold.
Okay, maybe we'll attempt this with the rest of the party, and when we can get some proper things.
Yeah. Alida?
Eventually I'll start walking around town again. Like, no goal in mind, just walking.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
keep
you walk
him.
around, you
I won't
notice
keep him company, but I'll just kind of trail him from behind. I'll give
notice
him
that you notice that people are kind of getting along with their business, but you also notice that one striking thing that you've noticed is that it's getting colder in Kresk as the days pass.
Fuck.
Is it that time of the year?
you assume is the winter is kind of creeping in,
Mm-hmm.
and you notice that people, the market where people usually like buy food and everything,
Mm-hmm.
the stocks seem to be dwindling.
Hmm.
As in, like, every day people come and buy and buy and buy. You will perhaps estimate that maybe in a week or two they would be out of stock of food. They'll be out of food.
Okay.
I guess we
Uh,
should make a trip tomorrow.
I'll try to look for any one of my companions.
Sure. You managed to
I'm-
you managed to find Herder who and you managed to eventually meet up with Herder and Vilya and Nia. They all at the Burgomaster's house. Nia has returned with the spell scrolls and his bow.
Mhm.
Herder's kind of just mulling about, and Vilya comes back with Tom and Jerry.
Around what time is it now in the day?
It's close to, we'll say 5
5
in the
p.m.
afternoon.
Shit. I was gonna ask Nia, but he's not here. So
Text him,
Vilya. No, Vilya. Do you think we should pay the Vilatov a visit now?
I was thinking about that too.
The food situation doesn't seem very good.
It's an hour away, right?
You saying this? Okay, the Burgomaster and the wife are Lady Kreskov are there.
Oh, okay.
Burgomaster hears this and he says, "I would strongly advise against leaving at night, perhaps in the morning."
Oh, is there any particular reason? The werewolf
The
threat?
woods can be dangerous at night.
Like werewolves?
He nods.
Okay. We'll leave you to
The Vidatov Manor is not exactly in Kresk. You have the exit Kresk and then go out. Yeah.
But it's what, an hour's journey away, is it?
It's an hour's journey away.
I mean, it's 5 p.m. We can go there and give the message and then come back. That would, that
We
would
don't
take
know
us.
if it's gonna be that simple though.
It's true lah, but it will still be. It's still light,
The Burgomaster mentions that he says that nobles generally do not like to be disturbed past a certain time, and he would strongly advise going now unless you see a very urgent need to, because he does not want to annoy Lady Vinatov, especially if you're asking for aid.
Is there a way to send them a message to let them know that we will be visiting in the morning? I would imagine, like, if they are nobles, they would want some sort of
like a calling card or something.
He says he will send word ahead.
Okay.
Sure.
Sorry to disturb. We'll leave you to be.
It's fine. You notice they're just like kind of like sitting there quietly. They're kind of just happy sitting with each other. Almost kind of like content. Kind of like as if they know what's going to happen tomorrow morning already, and they're just like enjoying their final hours together. Alright.
Will the Burgomaster still be the Burgomaster after this?
Yes.
But then I'll tell the Burgomaster, like, oh, just to let you know, I kind of got Tom and Jerry to help out the bookstore owner, if that's okay. I just thought you mentioned about people earning their keep, so I thought they should at least learn something and
That
where they
is,
can. So,
it's very practical of you. And this is much appreciated.
but I
Since
hope they
they are
can
young,
still.
I would not have expected them to pick up a trade that quickly, but it's always good to start young, I suppose.
But they still can stay here.
Yes,
That's
yes,
fine.
of course. We have extra room now for them anyway.
Oh, stop.
Oh.
You've noticed that when he says like his voice kind of grows very soft.
I mean, they could also stay at the bookkeeper's house. They have extra rooms too.
Oops.
Oh
One.
my fucking
Oh,
god.
One extra.
God.
I mean,
Amazing.
I think they'll be more comfortable here. If anything.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do between now and the evening? If not, I'm
Yeah.
going to fast forward it.
I would like after a while, maybe like 9-10, I'll knock on Herder and Vilya's room and ask. It's been a long day, but I remember that communicating thing I can do with people I've met. Would you like to contact anyone? Maybe Esmeralda, or I mean, I don't think Rictavia would answer. Do you think if Esmeralda's with the abbot, do you think she's safe?
Yeah, it depends.
I don't know whether we can trust either of those two, but I think out of I mean, I guess Esmeralda would be a wiser choice if anything than the abbot, since
Yeah.
we've met her before.
Yeah. I'll try to contact her.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'll cast sending. Think about Esmeralda and say hello, we have arrived in Crest. If you would like to meet us, find us at the Burgomaster's estate. Yeah.
Okay. How many words does she get?
20. I'll just click it. Should be 25 as well.
Oh, I do need to roll. Okay. She does reply.
Cool.
She says, I cannot leave Abby right now. Come to me when you are ready.
Esmeralda replied. She said, we should go find her at the Abbey instead.
Are you able to send it back and forth?
You use another spell slot.
Yeah.
Oh,
How many spell slots do you have? You can.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're not gonna do anything
I
else,
can do 2 more. If
maybe you can ask her, is she in trouble? Like,
Yeah.
is everything okay? Does she need anything from Crest? Is there anything that we should stock up before going, just in case or something?
sure. Yeah, so I'll use sending again and ask her, are you okay? Do you need anything from Crest? What else? Yeah, that's all.
How many words? Sorry.
That was 9 out of the 25.
Oh no! Wait. What did I say? Are you? Be more specific. Like, are you in any danger? Not instead of are you okay? Because it should be like, yeah.
Okay, sure. Are you in any danger? is there any urgency? And do you need anything from Crest? Yeah.
No and no.
Okay. Yeah, she seems fine. I guess we can go find her when we are ready.
Okay.
Yeah, well, if there's nothing else, I'm gonna go rest now.
I give Alida a pet. Or a hug if you let me hug him.
Yeah, I just hold her feet.
Polite hand. Hover.
I'll take out the Tomb of Strahd from the bag. Pass it to her and say, if you want to read more tonight. I don't think I'm up for it. Not tonight.
I understand. I think maybe we can read it together when you're ready.
Okay. Well,
I'm writing a letter to my dad.
then I'll take
You
back
have
the...
you have letter templates, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
that
saw
I'm
that.
doing
Thanks,
it.
Darren.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll put back the tomb. I'll go back to my room. And for my last sending spell slot, I will address this to Elika. I'm going to ask her.
Who is Eligar?
Elika, the vampire girl.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm
right.
gonna ask her, are you doing okay? If you are in trouble, come look for us at Kresk, or leave me a trail somehow. Yeah, it's 21 words.
She replies, I'm fine. I'm holed up somewhere safe in the woods.
Whew, okay, that's good. Yeah, just going to crash for the night then.
Right. The sending messages have kind of like taken its toll. You feel thoroughly exhausted after using 3 of them in a row.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oof. Big oof.
Alright. Okay. Dawn breaks. Before dawn even breaks, you are roused from your sleep by Burgomaster Kreskov.
Oh.
And he says that it's time.
Okay.
He kinda waits for you to get ready. He brings you over to town, the town square where a lot of people have kind of gathered, and this kind of like slightly raised platform, which appears to have like shoddily constructed for the purposes of today's execution. There is what appears to be like I don't know what they call it, like the the place where you put your head.
The
You kneel
tree
down. You put,
stump,
yeah, it's not a tree stump.
the gallows.
Yeah, like a gallows kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you say Ziba?
You
No.
can see that from what you can tell is that it's definitely been used before. There are blood stains on the gallows, but it's not been used in some time. On the table beside it, you see what appears to be an executioner's blade. It's a long sword made out of very fine steel, and it's been definitely looks like it has been sharpened very well.
Fuck, I'm not
The crowd is kind of gathered over there, and you see Lady Kreskov is standing on the raised dais with 2 guards behind her.
Hey, I'm not proficient in longsword, guys. Never held one in my life.
for the purposes of this, you are. You're not using it to fight.
Okay.
It's like chopping a tree.
I head up to. I don't pick up the sword yet. I just go to Lady Kreskov. And I say to her, "I'm sorry. And I hope you understand. And I'll try to make this as pleasant as I can."
Painless would be a more.
She nods and she just looks on quietly and she just nods. She's almost like in a daze.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. Yeah. I'll go up to pick up the longsword.
Okay. The guards kind of press her down a bit forcefully and push her, put her head down onto the gallows, and she's kind of like kneeling position now.
I'm gonna actually cast spiritual weapon like over the longsword.
You can't do that.
What? Okay, sure.
As in, I don't think the town will allow you to do that.
Why? What does that do?
They will think about it. You casting magic is interfering with any the execution in a way.
Alright. So I wouldn't be able to cast like calm emotions either.
No,
Wow,
you can try.
it's fine.
I mean, you can calm yourself.
Yeah, it's a radius kind of thing though. Yeah, never mind, that's fine. I will take a moment and just do a little prayer and give myself guidance.
Sure. Oh, look, Nia's back in just the right time. Okay, give yourself guidance.
Oh, it doesn't even help with this. Fuck, yeah.
Sorry, can you fill me?
It's the highlight of the day now.
The
Right, the execution.
execution is happening.
Yeah, actually, instead of guidance, I'm gonna cast fucking heroism on myself. Like, under my breath, just.
Sure. Okay.
Like, just go up and not even addressing the crowd. I'll start to raise the sword. And just under my breath, just keep, reciting prayers, or just try my best to do this. And I
Okay.
let the sword swing.
Okay, make a strength check with advantage.
Wow, you fucking
Okay.
kidding me?
You bring the blade down with a clean sweep. You see that the dots, the specks of light form as you swing, and the crowd grows quiet. You feel dizzy, you feel a bit nauseous. You look around, your vision is cloudy from the stress, from the anxiety. Even with heroism, you feel it slightly. You look down, you see the head is kind of rolled to the front of the dais. Blood is pouring off the dismembered neck.
No, it's magic. We can't cast it.
You see the crowd starts to part and they kind of return to their daily business after they see what happened.
Or are we the ones who's supposed to chuck it off the wall? Or will the
Yes, you
guards do
did.
that?
The guards, after everybody has kind of left, the guards kind of pick up the body. They take up the head and they put it in a cloth bag, and they pick up the body. They bring it away.
I approached one of the guards and I asked, where would you be bringing the body?
It's out of town.
If you don't mind, could I do it?
Sorry. It is not the law of Crest to allow you to interfere with this.
Of course, I understand. Yeah.
Alright. The execution is done. You may do what you would like to do now, whatever else you would like to do.
Go to an alley and yeah, just puke.
As soon as Adadar's like composed himself, I think we can probably go to what's their name? The other nobles.
The Villators.
Oh yeah, those.
Okay. Sure. Are you asking Burgomaster Kreskov any questions before you leave, or just straight up going?
I don't wanna. I can't see him. See his face.
Okay.
Okay, I'll ask him. So I tell him like, okay,
He does look a bit downtrodden and completely fucked. Like he's been drinking and shit.
Oh, he might not be so useful then. Well, I'll try and ask him anyway. I tell him like, we are going to the Villators now to try to acquire food for the rest of town. Is there anything that you could tell us before we head over? Any last minute things? If there's nothing, then we'll be on our way.
The Villators were very very well known for managing money and building vaults. If there's a complicated lock or guarded building anywhere in Barovia, the Villators are most definitely the creators. I've heard that their history with locks and building vaults doesn't really stop with physical vaults. They were experts in the trade that certain members of their family were known to have dabbled in magic to strengthen their security creations. I would say not to try anything funny if you were thinking of it in their home.
Okay. Well, that's thanks, we appreciate it.
Is there anything that we should bring, like as a token of?
He's given you the letter, right, to ask for it, I think.
Yeah.
And he also sent a message, right?
Yeah,
That will be
yep.
coming.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty much all you need, he said. He says.
Okay.
Okay. You make your way over to the Vidatov Manor. We'll just fast forward the travel. In the morning, it takes you slightly under an hour. Very easy to get to. In the distance, when you approach it, it looks spectacular.
Whoa.
It is just 2 stories tall, but it looks like an architectural marvel. Every detail is finely crafted. On the outside, it appears to be made of what appears to be solid marble, blocks of marble. Gardens stretch far and wide. You can see it does not appear to be only the main house. You can see large gardens in the distance. What appears to be some hedge maze of some kind. You can see farms which are surrounding the estate. And they're all, you assume that they're all owned by the Vidatovs. The peasants who, you can see there are peasants who are all working the farm. And you can see there are people kind of like running around, lots of servants and men kind of mending the grounds. Very, very busy estate. It appears to be a lot going on. What would you like to do?
I guess we will approach slowly. Let's try not to. Let's heed the burgomaster's word and try not to offend. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, we're asking them for help.
Yeah.
Oh, this comes with maps.
Maps equals die.
Okay.
Right off the bat, roll initiative.
Yeah.
Yes, all roll initiative, please. Thought I was kidding, but I'm not. Roll initiative, please.
Wait.
Alright.
Really?
No.
Let's
Oh.
go!
No, not really. Don't fucking roll initiative. Alright. Entrance of the house is right in front of you.
Big.
Biggie.
Whenever you're ready, you can step in or whatever you need to do.
So you knock on the door, I guess.
The doors are wide, gigantic doors. Do you know those kind of like Beauty and the Beast castle kind of doors?
Yeah, so there's like the round circle thing in front, right?
No, not even. It's bigger. It's bigger than that. It's like 3 hurdles.
Whoa. That's
I'm a unit of measurement now.
Yeah.
pretty fucking.
Well, I mean, you're gonna knock the door anyway, like what else you gonna do?
You
Yeah.
knock on the door. There's no answer. But you can hear like people hustling and bustling inside. You can hear talking and chattering and all that.
Look at the door. Is there any like bell of some sort? Like around the door, any like
No.
ding. Well,
Respectfully push it open.
hello. Good morning.
No.
We just walk in.
Well, I
If you can
guess.
hear people inside, we can just talk to someone in there then.
Yeah, but this is a noble housemaid.
Are there servants outside?
Like the
There
peasants working
are
in
peasants
the
working the
farm.
fields, but nobody seems to have bothered you.
Mm-hmm.
Can we? I guess I'll go up to one of them and be like, "Hi, sorry, we're here to see the Valatos. Is there a way to enter or let them know that we are here?"
Oh, sure. I'll get someone. Like she kind of runs off. And hold on. Okay, give me a sec. Okay. And kind of like a servant that kind of escorts you in,
Whoa.
and she says, this way, please." And then she kind of like ushers you into this room where you see a woman kind of like sitting at the desk. She's kind of like busy. She's like dressed in like a beautiful red dress. Her hair is made up very nicely, golden blonde hair. And you see, she's kind of like busy scribbling things on like what appears to be like a parchment. You see the room appears to be like an office or library or some kind. There's bookshelves lined with many different books. So like a rug on the floor, a desk with an ink quill. What appears to be a journal of some kind is also on the table. And she looks up and says, Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting guests today. Nice to see you.
Greetings. We are four adventurers. We come from Kresk. I believe the burgomaster from Kresk has sent you a messenger.
I do
informing.
not believe he has.
Oh,
Oh, well, this is a message from the Burgomaster, and he's asked us to present this to you on his behalf, and then I pass her the note that he gave us.
Yes, Dimitri. She sits down in the chair and kind of opens the letter. And says, "It's been a while since we've spoke. Um, please sit down, please. While I peruse this letter." She opens up the letter and kind of reads it slowly, places it on the table, and says, "So it is. You come for aid."
Yes, that's right. The town is, as you know, winter is approaching, and their stock is dwindling low, and um, he
it probably won't
fears
last a week.
he fears for his people, and
Yes, as you are speaking, a servant comes in. Then he says, "Lady Villatov, the musicians are here." Then she says, "Please give me a minute more with my guests, and I'll attend to them shortly." Then the servant also says, "The hors d'oeuvres are ready as well." And he said, "Oh, yes, yes, but I am with guests." And she says firmly, and then the servant's like, "Sorry, sorry." Then he excuses himself. And said, "Terribly sorry. We have a party tonight that I must be attending to shortly. It's about to start in an hour or two."
What's the occasion?
Oh, there's no occasion.
Oh, it's just a regular
Random
party.
party?
Yes, well, haven't you been to just a party before?
Not
Can't-
really.
Not
Not
really.
since
Say I
entering
have.
these lands.
not been our privilege thus
Ah.
far.
Right, well, I see. Then you must stay. It would be rude for me to turn away guests who come so far from my good friend Dimitri. Of course.
Sure.
We appreciate the invitation, certainly, but we would of course like to help the burgomaster with this matter.
Of course, of course. Well, I've thought about it. If I was to aid this town, word will spread, and all of Barovia will soon be at my door with a hat in hand, and I can't allow that to happen. Regardless, you've traveled far, and I'm willing to invite you to stay the night as my guest, and you may return to Kresk in the morning. Let me reconsider your offer while you stay.
That would be.
I might be busy with the party now, but once the party is over in the evening, let me check my supplies, and I will see if I have something to spare.
Alright.
We
Thank you.
appreciate your generosity, Lady Voltov, and I kind of
I
give a
have to
bow.
say first that I cannot guarantee that I will be able to provide you anything to return with.
I'm sure the burgomaster is open to trade whatever services he can provide.
Anything that he can provide, I already have.
Of course, I see.
Perhaps we'll let you consider we'll give you the night to consider and check your stocks first before we discuss further. I believe you must be really busy with the party preparation, so it would be rude of us to hold you back any further.
Well, if you wanted a tour of the house, I mean, you could come along with me and I could show you the preparations and you could help do some chores for me if you like.
Sure, that sounds
I mean,
sounds
if
fun.
you would like to help out, that is.
Yeah, if you are offering to let us stay as guests, I think this is the very least we could do for you. We'd
Of
be
course.
glad to help.
This way, please. And you kind of exit the room. You can follow. You can move your character tokens.
We
Sorry, the grid is not exact. I couldn't fucking match it.
it's fine.
And it's just this way, please. And she exits to this room on the right. Says, this is the dining room and near Punya. This is the dining room. As you can see, when you change the music, it's a bit sad. Sad music. This is the dining room. You can see like there are waiters and kind of like waiters in a way, like kind of dressed
Hmm.
like very presentable, and they kind of like suit and tie and everything. They're kind of like laying out food on the table. It looks like a very very grand affair. It's like the centerpiece appears to be this like roasted hog.
Hog.
Like, you know, HOG, hog.
Oh, right.
Roasted
Okay.
hog. You see like there's flan. You've never seen that in like anywhere except for like Strahd's dinner party. It's obviously something that only like nobles can afford to have. You see like puddings and cakes and like pies and all that, like so stuff that is out of reach of commoners. And you see like a lot of people like kind of hustling and bustling around getting ready. So, well, my lady is in waiting and my waiters are setting up the dining table here. If you like, you could perhaps, you know, help them out later on. Maybe, I don't know, maybe help them set up the table or do up some of the table decor if you would like. This way, please. And she kind of like moves this way.
Whoa. Holy shit.
Damn, this
This
is
place is
big.
big.
This is the ballroom. You can see a lot of people kind of like putting up decorations. They're kind of like kind of like cleaning the pillars, shining the marble pillars, and you see like some man who's like wiping the grand piano in the corner over here. It's like my
Ooh.
people are kind of getting ready for the party. They're kind of cleaning up, and you see there's like a couple of like food tables with wine and glasses that are being like set up. And there's another table of food over here. And it's like, this way, please. And then it says, she says the room here is well, it's out of bounds. It's locked at the moment. It's my private salon. Unfortunately, no one's allowed to go in.
Alright.
And she said, this way. And then she can ushers you through this door.
Also, we go into the salon.
No, he says no, you're not allowed in. It's locked.
Oh, but we just went in.
No, it's
Oh,
a
you done?
different one. Different door.
Okay.
And this is the art gallery, and you can see like there are like beautiful paintings on display
Ooh.
along the walls, like full-length paintings which cover the entire wall. There's a tapestry as well, which stretches like a good like 2-3 meters. And you see the tapestries of like different, like very grand, like people dressed in finery. There's nothing that makes Barovia look like a gloomy place at all.
Wow.
It's almost like this whole manor is completely oblivious to the fact that the Barovia is like a depressing place.
Damn. Alright.
This is my art gallery. If you'd like, you can have a look around, but I do need some help with maybe possibly rearranging the paintings. Do any of you have a taste for art?
I'd probably be the most likely person.
Test.
Yes,
Hey,
Yo.
what's up, what's up?
Wait, hold on.
it's gone.
Nier wants to do art.
Yeah.
I love art.
Oh, are you saying that?
Yes.
And just interesting. What's your favorite artist?
Oh boy.
Picasso.
Shit. What kind of artist? What's that guy's name?
Which one?
Remember, like from like the first like 3 weeks. There was that one.
Pablo
There
Escobar.
was that one painter in the house that gave us the invisible ink.
Oh.
Shit.
Give me a
I
moment.
can't remember his
Give me a
name.
moment.
Yeah. Search up your notes.
Dusk elves are a bit. Dusk elves are.
The gold wings which
Danica,
the
Troka.
this is after Valaki, right?
Yes. A bit after Velak, we went into the forest.
Rahadi.
This is
I remember he paints landscapes.
You got it?
Rudy.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
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 Rudy.
Correct.
I just came here too. Yes.
Correct. Yes. He's my favorite artist. He paints beautiful landscapes.
Okay.
And he's in multiple books.
Okay. He says, interesting. I've not heard of that artist before. What paintings would he have done? What was his most famous painting?
It is known as the invisible painting.
She kind of stares at you, very confused. The invisible painting?
Indeed.
You have to pardon me if I have not heard of him. Well, my husband studied art history and he has not told me of a Rudik before. She's looking at you very wary eyes now.
But we don't really have much to show her, so you have to trust me on this. I've met him. I've seen his paintings with my eyes.
Of course. You would have to show me one of his paintings one day. I would be most excited to actually see it.
Oh, sure. Okay, I'll bring it over next time.
Well, if you like, you could perhaps help clean up the art gallery a little. The servants are rather preoccupied, and I don't quite trust some of them with the painting. You'll be careful, of course. Yes.
Okay. Of course. And I turn back to look at my party. I'm like, alright, who has the grey bag?
Yeah. Yes, Nia.
Can I borrow the grey bag?
Wait, what? Why?
I feel I would need it.
It has all our stuff inside.
Why exactly would you need the bag to clean paintings?
Oh yeah, were you around when we talked to the burgomaster? He said
No, I was.
these people
Oh, right.
they're known for like making vaults and shit. So they're really damn good with security. Like
Their
magical
security is
levels.
like
Oh.
magical levels of security.
So
Oh.
any plan you got, maybe not good idea.
Yeah. Plus, we still need stuff from her.
Still,
Not steal.
just
No
in
steal.
case,
No steal.
can I please
There
borrow?
will be no stealing.
Can I please borrow the grey bag?
Then why are we gonna keep our stuff?
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
okay,
and
fine.
the magical pastries. They're in
Oh,
there.
there's no more magical pastries in there, dude. I'm done with that. Like, I'm over with it.
Well, if you do need any help, like holding stuff, you can just call for me. I'm more than happy to help you.
Okay. It's fine there.
Yeah.
So did she lead me into a room where it's like a gallery?
You're already in it.
You're already in it.
This
Oh,
whole
okay.
fucking room is the art gallery. This house
Okay,
be
if you
big,
guys
man.
would leave me alone, I can begin arranging it.
Are there any other services?
Is the Lady Vilatov like living near to do it now?
She says, I'll leave you to it. The party will start in an hour. It shouldn't take you too long, and you can join us. You can join the festivities after you're done. Don't worry. And she leaves.
Oh, shit. What?
Okay, I peacefully align the paintings, like any paintings that look crooked or out of
They all
place,
look
like...
straight as shit.
okay. I wipe some dust off then. At the same time, right, I check behind every single painting.
Give me a sec.
Classic near.
I'm just checking.
You see, okay, let me describe the art gallery in more detail. There's like glass cases which hold what appear to be more valuable art pieces. Like glass display cases. And then there are also like proper portraits which hang on the walls.
Alright, I wish to check behind some of the portraits.
You check behind some of the portraits, you don't find anything. But the portraits seem very expensive.
Okay. Are they like self-drawn portraits, like portraits of the nobles?
No, they're like most of them are landscapes. Like
Okay, got it.
hmm.
The glass cases, right? Are they like, can you lift them up, or is it those kinds that are like welded?
Completely sealed.
Okay.
You can try to lift it up.
Is there a smaller one? Like, you know how glass cases are? There are like some bigger ones, some small ones. Is there a smaller glass display?
Yes. This one is smaller, I suppose.
Oh, yes.
What the fuck was that sound?
Yes, but
That's foreshadowing.
Something like something dropped from the third floor or some shit.
it's a sign.
There'll be, yeah.
Alright then. I guess I'm not touching anything.
Okay. We'll say time passes. And few hours, an hour passes and you finish kind of tidying up. Honestly, the room was already very clean to start with. There was almost nothing to tidy up at all. And you just kind of like mull around, admire the art pieces, and kind of like chill out in the room. It's a welcome change of pace from what you're used to.
Oh shit.
The room is honestly beautiful, and you spend time just kind of like sitting around and just like staring like at the paintings, and you're kind of like blown away by how beautiful it is. Yeah. You go back out and hold on, give me a sec. notice that there are kind of like guests who have started to come into the ballroom already. There are guests all around already, but I'm gonna just like, there are a few noteworthy ones I'm gonna bring you to the ballroom.
Whoa.
You see like a old dwarf who appears to be smoking a pipe. Everybody seems to be like of noble in stature. Like-
Can everyone see Darren's webcam or is it just me?
Oh no, I don't
Oh,
see it.
I reconnected and I could see it.
Sorry.
Look at them bosoms.
Yeah, everybody seems to be like of like
What the
noble.
heck?
Holy shit, Sean, it's like the first thing is not, yeah. Everybody appears to be like immaculately dressed. You feel like slightly out of place in this whole thing. Yeah. You can spend some time speaking to some people if you like. There are waiters who are kind of like handing out glasses of wine. More notably, glasses of Red Dragon Crush.
Oh shit, it's our favorite.
Holy shit, dude, let's get some.
Blah, 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 blah.
Very thin, like those champagne flute kind of wine glasses. So like every
Oh.
glass is like a small amount.
Right.
Understandably, because you know how rare this vintage is.
Hmm.
There's also like servants who are handing out like literally like orders, bite-sized foods, which are probably like a nibble for you and Herder. Alida, it's like
Yeah.
small enough that it's like as big as your fingertip.
Great.
It's like that small. So like, but everything looks like very prim and proper. Nothing out of the like nothing. There's nothing like poor-ish or like humble about this whole facade at all.
I lost Ian on the webcam.
I lost you on the webcam.
I've
see
been trying to
everybody.
reconnect.
Let me reconnect one.
Reconnect. Oh, I see you.
I see
Oh
everybody.
yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Back to our. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that beard also.
Bosoms and beards.
Bosoms and beards.
Yeah, so everybody, like a lot of guests are starting to file, and you see like 20. After a while, a couple more minutes pass, and it slowly grows to 30 people. I'm not gonna fill the whole fucking place with tokens, but
Right,
you
right.
get the idea. Yeah. A few people catch your eye. One is a red-haired lady with a, like you mentioned, a very well-endowed boat, wearing a crimson dress with a white lace. Another one is a man who appears rather exotic. He's wearing like a fur coat over what appears to be a sort of semi-military outfit. Brown hair, brown skinned, almost very exotic looking, like Arabian descent kind of. The third one's a dwarf with a smoking a pipe
Ooh.
with a long white beard, dressed in what appears to be like a very formal military decorum.
I split from the party and I go to the dwarf, and I will speak in Dwarven. I'll say, shit, should I insult him? Dwarves like that
No!
shit, right? Dwarves like that
But
shit.
you
Okay,
always
never mind.
you greet him with a lolly ho.
Lali ho! Oh no. I'll say to him, hello, sir. That's a very interesting outfit you have. Haven't seen any of the kind here in Barovia.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
Oh, I'm an adventurer. My name's Halida. Then I put my hand on.
And
I'm just an adventurer.
adventurer.
Yeah.
Adventurer. And at
Yeah,
this point, all of you are
yes.
hearing like the two of them talking into them. You have no fucking clue what's going on. And it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, tell me of your stories.
Oh,
I would love to hear. Did you kill a dragon?
I don't understand. I don't understand this. I'm good.
He's
I'm
like
gonna...
completely. He seems completely like. He seems like completely oblivious to the fact that you also a dragon. Then after a while, the thought kind of sinks in. It was like, oh shit. In his like face, he kind of like bursts into a big smile.
No.
There's the dragon. I meant vampire.
No, it's quite okay. No, I have not slain any dragons, but nor have I any vampire. I have came across a vampire or two. Haven't slain any. No.
I forgot that at this point it's closing evening already, like sundown.
All right.
So the sun's kind of like setting as all this is happening lah. As you're having your conversation, you're like drinking, making merry. The sun's kind of setting, so you can see like outside the windows, like the starting to get a bit dark.
Yeah. Enough about me. Could you tell me more about yourself?
Oh, my name is Phineas.
Phineas.
Do you have a brother called Ferb? Sorry.
That's the Arabian guy.
Ferb? Wait, is Vilya in this
No,
conversation?
no.
Yes, my name is Phineas Knuckle-Wright.
Knuckle right as in WRIG.
HT, yes.
Oh wow.
I am a purveyor of ancient artifacts.
Artifacts.
I specialize in dwarven history, and I go down into the deep mines which the dwarves, well, our brothers and sisters have uncovered, and and then at this point, he's speaking. You suddenly hear the shattering of glass.
Here we go.
And you hear like a dozen conversations kind of stop all at once, and there's this like silence.
Shit.
And then you look towards the end of the room and you see Lady Vidatov, and you see like she's dropped her wine glass. And you see like she sways slightly and she motions discreetly to her helper, who helps her out of the room, and you see she disappears into the library behind you.
Where is the master of the house in all of this?
She is the master of the house.
There's no husband.
Yeah, she has a husband, right?
You never asked, but if you did, you would know her husband passed away.
Oh.
She's bad. Shit. After seeing that, I asked Phineas, does that
Well, I'm sure it's nothing. She probably just dropped it by accident. As I was saying, and then suddenly you hear a scream rip through the manor.
it was in the direction where Lady Vidatov was?
Yes.
I'm running to the library.
You hear the musicians play on for a moment and then they stop, confused as to why everybody has stopped dancing.
I'm
As you run
running.
towards the door, a servant comes barging out and he screams, "Poison! The lady has been..." You see he starts to choke. And you see like black blood kind of falls from his, like starts dripping out of his mouth. You see foam.
No.
And then
running
Alida,
in,
you
running.
Alida, you look around you and then you see a finely dressed guest starts to cough and stumbles.
Shit.
He puts his hand to his lips and he kind of comes away. It's covered with blood, and he falls to his knees. And he's like, he's clutching at his throat.
God.
Start fasting like
And then
he was
all of you look around you, and the rest of the party guests begin doing the same thing. Some start falling to the floor, and some kind of start rushing towards the exit. But as they get towards it, they kind of fall over, and their bodies start to like twitch, and they're spasming for a moment.
Shit. Fuck. But
Oh,
all four of us are okay.
I would like to say that I did not touch any drink or food.
I did not drink.
I
any
did
of
not
them.
do anything. I was just listening to Alida talk in Dwarven. Dwarvish.
As the candles and lamps flicker for a moment, there's like a
Oh,
chill wind kind of
that's
rips
not
through the room.
good, man.
Your boys coming.
You hear the
Strahd is
screaming of the
here.
guests continues and it gets louder and more insistent. And then suddenly it goes silent.
Oh my god.
You notice the manor has kind of a scene of horror and destruction. You notice that everything around you seems to have changed. The fine
Oh, did
draperies.
we come into another freaking haunted house?
You see the fine draperies now hang like tattered and rotted, and the floors are stained and cracked. Even the ceilings and the walls kind of sag a bit.
Ah.
Everywhere you look, you see dead. They're piled in corners. They're split across the backs of chairs. They're hanging limply.
Fuck.
And although the immediate danger seems to have passed, you think you can sort of feel the slosh of wine in your own bellies.
No, I did not drink anything.
Yes, you did.
I didn't. I
Yes.
legitimately did not.
All of you said, "Let's drink that shit." When I said
No,
Red
I
Dragon,
didn't. I didn't. You can go
Okay.
and rewatch the recording. I
three
didn't.
of you, Alida, Nia, and Ian, can I get you roll me Constitution saving
Oh, it
throws?
feels bad. Okay, I'll roll. So.
Are we
Constitution.
gonna die here?
I'll roll. Okay, I'm rolling. I drank. Is it saving throw? Saving throw, right?
Yep.
Sorry.
Eh? I thought I rolled it.
One day I didn't pick protection from poison, guys.
Oh,
I knew that something was gonna happen, man.
Nothing happens.
no, Sean.
Nothing happens. Yet.
What?
Oh no.
You look around you and it's just this gorish scene and this.
Wait,
Just
so
did.
why is the tapestry like? Why are the curtains like all screwed up and shit?
You gotta figure it out.
Oh,
And
I
that's
think
where
it
we're gonna
was.
end
I
today's
think it was an
session.
illusion, and then so like they relive this every day.
oh,
Like the party, and everyone dies at the party, and then it just like goes again. I think.
oh
I
hope
don't know.
it's
Either
fine.
way, we are screwed, lah. Okay.
Yeah, the thing.
Wait, but where's the food though?
Yeah, like we need to bring food back. Well, maybe now we can loot the place.
I don't think I want to take anything from this tragic
I knew I
house.
should have taken those portraits. Like I knew the art gallery was suspicious. I should have just tried to steal something.
What? It probably would have rotted in the bag.
Or maybe it's like Groundhog Day. You can try it tomorrow.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, what's that show? The day after tomorrow. You see that one?
Oh,
Emily
shit.
Blunt and Tom
Oh,
Cruise. It's so good. I love
Yeah,
that show.
that's really great.
You should watch it. If not, you guys can watch it like the day after tomorrow.
Isn't day after tomorrow the like global warming one?
No. It's like the alien invasion.
It's
one.
just Age of Tomorrow. I think.
Age of
Oh no,
Age of Tomorrow.
Age of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Age of Tomorrow.
Yeah, anyway, we'll end today's session here.
Yeah.
Okay, so who can get rid of poison?
The one person who
Who
didn't
did
bring
not
it
take
today.
Anybody remembers what an antidote looks like? Want to draw it with the invisible paint?
Yeah, it's a bottle with the word antidote written on it.
Yeah, if it's labeled dead, it's obviously dead.
Yeah, you're a most artistic person here, right?
Oh shit.
I think we had we got some alchemy set. Do you remember? From
Yeah,
like the tree
it's
shop.
okay lah,
Yeah.
guys. It's okay, man.
Maybe we can figure it out. I don't know.
It's too early to jump to conclusion.
Damn.
Wait, so
Alright.
to
Yeah, this
confirm,
sucks.
the guests, are they like on the floor dead, or are they like just gone?
They're all dead. His whole
The
house
floor
is
dead.
dead. Austin.
Are they
Yeah,
fresh?
basically all around you, right, is corpses of the dead.
Jesus.
And as all of this was happening, you notice that everything started to change. The interior of the house started to change also.
So it's like the
Are the
death
corpses
house lah.
fresh?
Would it be
No,
a spoiler?
that house never changed.
As
Everything
in the when you went up. As in, if you went upstairs, then the house like started to decay. Remember
that was at the end.
when we were leaving the house, like when
Yeah.
we were trying to like run out. So I
Yeah.
think that's what's happening to this house.
Would it be a spoiler if you told me what would happen if I tried to steal anything from the glass casings?
No, you probably get fucked real hard.
But it doesn't matter in the end.
I mean, you can try
Your
lah.
mind lah, your mind. You know, like maybe you go crazy. Then how?
Haunted.
Yeah.
Where's this?
upwards.
What's this song? Where's this song from?
Why?
I like it.
I don't even remember.
Well, it's not like a D&D soundtrack, is it? Stuff you pulled off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I put all the soundtracks off YouTube, and I just like, went around to find like suitable music, and I put it off YouTube and I
This
put
is
it in.
nice. I like this. If you know, let me know.
That's
That's a hard ask, but I'll try to figure.
Sure. No.
I think I
Okay.
can figure it out. Hold on, let me find-
So what do we do now?
we wait for National Day where we die to poison or ghosts or both.
Let's see.
Should be fun. It's a
Oh,
nice change of pace.
yeah.
An hour, right? An hour.
Back to the usual.
Yeah.
Apothecary is in Crest, right?
Yep.
Hopefully they can spare some antidotes. We are kind of low on gold, honestly.
I found it.
Well, we don't know what's happening yet, so yeah. It's all good. It's fine. We'll be fine.
Is there any still Red Dragon Crush? Or is it all like disappeared?
No. You notice that the food has kind of gone like rotten, stale,
Oh.
rotten. The wine has kind of gone bad as well.
It's so cool. I like this. Cool. Thank you.
This is very
I was thinking of taking a sap, but if it's like gone bad, there's no point.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, would encourage you all to watch the Call of Cthulhu Shadow of the Crystal
Yeah, I'm
Palace.
watching it halfway. No spoiler.
See, I'm watching it halfway too.
Yeah, hers very good.
okay.
Yeah,
Cool,
it's a
cool,
one
cool.
shot, Sean. if
It's
you
a
want.
one shot run by Taylor Sin.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Golf
But it's-
boy.
So good.
Okay. We'll pick this up on Friday, where you will get to explore the mansion.
Try
At,
not-
at night.
Definition.
At night, yes, it will be at night. It will be way night already by then.
Oh,
Great.
no.
Spoopy. Spoopy.
So what do you
Mention.
do about the food? People are actually gonna die.
Oh yeah, I guess we'll figure it out. I mean, nothing we can do now. I think.
If we can poison the whole of Crest, then there's no need to do that.
Mm.
I see Sean say. He's just like.
Just drinking water.
You have to upload for me because Cam wants to see it like right now.
Yeah.
It take like a few minutes for Google Drive to process it, I think.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll start the upload because if not Cam will fucking whine. I told him I made you cry.
Oh,
He's like, upload it now, I want to see it.
Aiyo. Eh, kesian leh.
I made myself cry.
I also cry.
Yeah,
It
how?
was so
Let me
sad.
stop recording then and upload it now.